ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, London, the most congested city in the world. Now, let's get into it. Newquay, we have a problem. UK's historic Virgin Orbit rocket launch mission has ended in failure.
The mission was unsuccessful. Over the coming days, there'll be an investigation involving HMG and various bodies, including Virgin Orbit, to make sure we understand what caused that technical failure. And again, we'll work out what to do next following that.
UK Space Agency Commercial Space Director Matt Archer there. Launcher 1 was taken under the wing of a repurposed Boeing 747 named Cosmic Girl, but fell short in its mission to deploy satellites into orbit. The rocket ignited and looked as if it was ascending correctly, but the company then revealed it had suffered an anomaly. The satellites were unfortunately lost, but Cosmic Girl returned safely to base.
I think it says that space is hard. We knew that this had a risk of failure. We knew when we started the project it had high risk. Launches don't always work. We saw the same before Christmas with the Vega C rocket. And again, we'll pick up with Virgin Orbit and think about what happens next.
There are plans for another UK rocket launch attempt later this year. Meanwhile, in the US, SpaceX says it will be ready for what will be the largest launch in world history next month. The Starship and Super Heavy booster rocket would overtake NASA's Space Launch System that lifted off in November, and it's nearly twice as powerful. It will mark the first orbital flight test of SpaceX's Mars-bound rockets. Now, London is the most congested city in the world. According to a report by a traffic information supplier, as life returned to normal following the pandemic, drivers spent an average of 156 hours sitting in traffic in 2022. It's the second year in a row that the capital has topped the global congestion ranking, which covers more than 1,000 cities across 50 countries. The length of time lost to jams in the city is 5% above pre-COVID levels. Scientists have mapped cellular changes linked to endometriosis, and it could improve treatment options for millions affected by the disease. Roughly 1 in 10 women have the condition, which is when cells similar to those lining the uterus grow elsewhere in the body. The cause is unknown, but researchers at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA looked at the genetic pathways involved, as it often runs in families. The team identified a genetic mutation, and they hope a drug could one day be developed to tackle the effect it has on cells. Bad news if you're a fan of the iPhone SE. The model has reportedly been axed from Apple's product roadmap. The low-cost iPhone was a favourite for people that just wanted the basics, and the company released 3 versions in 2016, 2020 and 2022. There are suggestions that its success could have led to poor sales of other models, such as iPhone 12 mini and iPhone 13 mini. Amazon has announced it's shutting 3 UK warehouses, but opening 2 new major fulfillment centres. Sites including Hemel Hempstead and Doncaster are facing closure, and the decision will impact around 1,200 jobs. A spokesperson said all the workers would be offered roles at other existing Amazon locations. The new sites are planned for Pedamore in the West Midlands and Stockton-on-Tees in the North East. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, a huge, unexpected meteor leaves UK residents stunned. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. A report is warning that coral reefs are under threat from hidden heat waves. Researchers at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology say some damage could be going unrecorded because of the way water temperature is usually measured, which is just at sea surface. The study found coral reefs near the island of Maria in French Polynesia ended up bleached in April and May 2019, despite the absence of warm El Niño winds, which are normally the riskiest. It was caused by circular currents of water, which raised sea levels and concentrated hot water under the reef. Plans to build the UK's first nuclear medicine facility producing cancer-fighting substances have been unveiled by the Welsh Government. The lab in the northwest of Wales would produce medical radioisotopes, which are critical to the diagnosis and treatment of diseases such as cancer, as they're used during scans in radiotherapy. The Project Arthur facility would provide them to the NHS in England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. And finally, Were you one of the lucky people who spotted the huge meteor in the UK sky last night? Residents were left stunned when they saw the explosion of light at around 8 p.m. on Monday, and many on social media commented on how close it looked. Well, the cause of excitement was what is known as a fireball, which is brighter than Venus. Around 50 of these were recorded over the UK last year, but this one was particularly special. It was also a bolide, which is only seen every year or two. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.